So Connor's just dynoed this Mark II. It's a race car called Gordon the Golf. It's Rob Hardy from Veteran Racing, it's his car. He's asked us to look at it, it's got a running fault, so basically it feels flat at the top end. What we found was, when we first ran the car, I'll show you on here, you can see the first basically power run, it did like 120 horsepower, then dropped right off here to about 105. And you see the torque's really bad there as well. Well here, that's the lambda tray, so it was like 1.1 lambda, going right up to 1.3 lambda, so really lean. So obviously from that, we just realised that there's something wrong with it, because that's why it feels flat. So what we did, we have a little fuel pressure gauge here that goes in air clip-on, so we put that in line. What was happening was it was 3.5 bar static, and when at the higher RPM, the fuel pressure was dropping right down to basically 2 bar. So it should be 3.5. So obviously that's then leaning the car off. This has got a DTA ECU on it, and I don't think it's not got the facility to add fuel through wideband lambda. It's not got that on it basically. So that it is available on some ECUs, but I think this one's not got it on it particularly. So what we've done is obviously ran it, checked that. We took the fuel pump out in the back, and it's got some Chinese like fake 044 pump in there that we've now removed, put a genuine Bosch 044 pump in, and now we've got 3.5 bar static, and obviously we've just jumped up to 184, 183 horsepower. 2 runs there, so you can see the massive gap, or and just go that way. You can see like we've gained all that power just from obviously the fuel pump that's now working. We haven't tuned this originally, we're going to retune it because, so here, we want to be like 0.95 lambda about here. So what we'll do is we'll richen it off there. And when we richen it off, we may be able to add some ignition as well. So we'll see if it makes any more power. We might be able to get 190 horsepower out of it or something like that. So, so that's now done. Connor's done all the work to the car. That's now fixed for a running fault. But then obviously the map that's in it, we can tweak that slightly and maybe get it to run a little bit better on this particular engine. So. So second car in the dyno today. Earlier was the Mark II Golf. This car is a giveaway car to do with Planet of Dreams, and it was, I think it was like the cheapest A45 in the country. So he bought it, obviously. It's all part of the thing he does. So we then looked at it and had a turbo boost problem, which was the wastegate arm basically was really worn on the turbo. And what I was doing, it was getting stuck. And when it was getting stuck, it was throwing, obviously the boost was incorrect and it would throw a fault code and it would just shut the boost off on the car completely then. So we removed the turbo, took it down to Turbo Technics, and we had a new wastegate arm bush machined into the exhaust housing, a new arm made, and that was all refitted, and then the actuator set up ready. We've also done a full automatic DCT gearbox service. It's had the rear Haldex clutch pack service done as well on the rear diff. It's had a new set of plugs. It's had 1050 Morris MLR Motorsport oil in it. And we've also fitted a new ProRam air filter kit in the airbox because it had an old sort of K&N thing, but basically it was all fallen to bits. Shut up, Bronson! And yeah, so that's all been done. So now we've come to dyno it. It's a TTE turbo, stage 3 turbo. I don't know which one it is. I'm presuming it's a 450 or whatever they call it, or a 470. What we've done is we've checked the tune that was in it, and it was basically closing the throttle, the boost control's rubbish, you know. Well, it wasn't rubbish, that's a lie, it wasn't rubbish, it just wasn't good enough, so that's why it's closing the throttle. So the gearbox wasn't tuned either. So what we've done is we've used Jamie at EST, has done as a gearbox tune for it, and we're just currently finalising the engine tune, but it is quite knocky for some reason. So not the engine knocking, but the detonation. So we're just tidying that up before that goes out. It's a 117,000 mile engine, so it's big mileage on the engine, but I'm hoping that we can get this so there's zero knock, zero det, sorry, and then the car can go out, be super safe, super clean for the new owner when they win it on Planet of Dreams.